Hello from the Ophthalmologist and welcome to this very special PowerList event. For the past decade, the PowerList has served to champion and celebrate just some of the innovation, leadership and excellence across the entire world of ophthalmology. From those leading the fight against preventable blindness to the surgical and clinical pioneers who have revolutionized treatment and introduced groundbreaking new procedures. This year, the Ophthalmologist is delighted to introduce a brand new element to the PowerList. Welcome everyone to the very first Hall of Fame announcement. The Hall of Fame is a chance to celebrate some of the giants of the field whose contributions have been truly transformative. The great figures inducted into the Hall of Fame will no longer be eligible for the yearly PowerList, instead having their legacy cemented within this prestigious and ongoing celebration of the brilliance of the wider field, as each year we induct more ophthalmic leaders, expanding the Hall of Fame. For this first Hall of Fame announcement, we are delighted to present our 10 inaugural names, people whose contributions to the field cover different specialties, but all of whom have had seismic impact and improved outcomes for countless patients worldwide. Our first name has utterly transformed the field of ocular oncology, Dr. Carol L. Shields. Over a decade-long career, Dr. Shields has exhaustively researched and treated all kinds of ocular cancers, leading the world-renowned ocular oncology service at the famous Wills Eye Hospital. With hundreds of peer-reviewed papers, textbooks which are now required reading, and countless fellows trained, Dr. Shields has been shaping not just ocular oncology, but ophthalmology as a field for generations. Along with her husband, Dr. Jerry Shields, Dr. Carol Shields' painstaking and detailed work on the varieties of ocular oncology has benefited not only her own patients, but countless around the world. The research of her and her team has become indispensable for any doctor trying to help patients with ocular tumours. Her contributions have seen her awarded numerous prizes and honours, including the prestigious Donders Award from the Netherlands Ophthalmological Society. She has also been a regular fixture on the Ophthalmologist PowerLists and was top of the list just this year. It is for all of these reasons and many more that I am delighted to induct Dr. Carol L. Shields, head of the Ocular Oncology Service at Wills Eye Hospital, into the Ophthalmologist Hall of Fame. Carol had a short message to share with us on her Hall of Fame induction.
Hello, Carol Shields here from Philadelphia, USA. I would like to thank the ophthalmologists for this great honor of being enlisted into the Ophthalmologist Hall of Fame. This is such a career achievement for me. I remember back to 2021 when the ophthalmologist wrote a report of an interview with me about the power of stick-to-itness. That has been the description of my life. I took one job and kept that job all my career, and it has been a good ride. So thank you for this great honor. I look forward to working with you in the future.
Not for nothing has the next person been called the father of refractive surgery across much of Europe, Professor Theo Silius Sr. Professor Silius' illustrious medical career combines scientific and medical insight with a research background in both mathematics and physics. After becoming Professor of Ophthalmology at the Free University of Berlin in 1989, he was appointed Chairman of the Department of Ophthalmology at the University of Zurich in 2000. In 2002, he was founder of IROC, the Institute for Refractive and Ophthalmic Surgery in Zurich, which has become a world-renowned surgical and research center in optics and refractive and corneal surgery. The list of Professor Silius' accomplishments is long, but it is vital to mention his leadership of the first clinical studies on PRK, the invention and first clinical applications of corneal cross-linking for keratoconus, and the world's first wavefront guided laser treatment on the human eye. Honoured by the AAO, ASCRS, and dozens of other major ophthalmology organisations, it is a privilege to announce that Professor Theo Silius Sr., founder of IROC, is part of the Ophthalmologist Hall of Fame. The next name is sure to be familiar to any ophthalmologist with an interest in glaucoma. Dr. George L. Spaeth, the Emeritus Head of the Glaucoma Service at Wills Eye Hospital. Over an extensive career, Dr. Spaeth has published hundreds of papers and edited dozens of books on all aspects of glaucoma. He was one of the founders of the American Glaucoma Society and has given dozens of named lectures for research organizations all over the world. However, what truly makes George Spaeth such a unique feature in ophthalmology is his insistence on patient-centered care. As medicine becomes more precise and measurement-focused, Dr. Spaeth has been a vocal advocate for the humanist impulse of looking past the numbers to see the patient in all of their individuality. As a mentor and leader in the field, Dr. Spaeth is a powerful role model, an example of the humane impulse behind ophthalmology. For his long and distinguished service to his patients, to his field, and to the world, we enter Dr. George L. Spaeth into the Ophthalmologists Hall of Fame. Dr. Spaeth has kindly shared his short message with us.
Thanks for this honor. To be recognized by people, good people, who are constantly, skillfully helping others is deeply meaningful. I'm very fortunate. When I was 54 years old, I was asked by our son, "Daddy, what kind of person are you?" I couldn't give him a clear answer. Since that time, I've tried to answer it, and I've tried to become a better person. When I sometimes succeed, I also become a better physician, at least partially more aware of my strengths and my weaknesses. And who knows, perhaps I also nudge the world in a better direction.
The next person to enter the Ophthalmologist Hall of Fame is one of the many UK ophthalmologists whose work has had a global impact. Director of the UK NIHR Biomedical Research Centre in Ophthalmology, consultant surgeon and professor of ophthalmology, Sir Peng T. Kaur. Sir Peng has been a giant in UK ophthalmology, and many will know him for his world-leading work on glaucoma and innovations like the Moorfield Safer Surgery System or the 10-10-10 rule. These innovations have made glaucoma surgery far safer and far more effective, improving outcomes and improving sight for patients all over the world. However, perhaps the most testament to his influence are the dozens of ophthalmologists across the UK and across the world who speak of Sir Peng as a friend, mentor, and role model. His work, often behind the scenes, has been instrumental to large-scale research initiatives and for helping UK ophthalmology to continue to be a global force in tackling eye disease. So, the ophthalmologist is delighted to recognise a true giant in the field and induct Professor Sir Peng T. Kaur into the Hall of Fame. We have a short message from Professor Sir Peng to share with you now.
Hello. I'm Sir Peng Kaur. I'm very honored to be one of the first 10 members of the Ophthalmologists Hall of Fame. I'm lucky and privileged to be an ophthalmologist and a scientist, as it allows you, through research and innovation, to change so many lives for the better. Advances in ophthalmology have been truly breathtaking in my career, and we are grateful to the many innovators who've made this possible. Our patients will never really know the huge number of researchers who have helped them. Thanks to all my mentors, my wonderful colleagues, and my family, without whom I could not have achieved anything. Thank you.
It is from the field of glaucoma that our next Hall of Fame ophthalmologist comes. This is Dr. Robert N. Weinreb, Distinguished Professor of Ophthalmology and Director of the Shiley Eye Institute in California. Professor Weinreb's career has covered groundbreaking research across so many areas of ophthalmology, but it is for his work on glaucoma that he is perhaps most well known. He is a clinician, surgeon, and scientist who has, over the course of his career, led many high-profile organizations, including ARVO, the American Glaucoma Society, and the World Glaucoma Congress. Alongside Sir Peng T. Kaur, his work on the nature of glaucoma disease has opened new horizons of knowledge and done much to advance treatments for patients across the world. For his distinguished career and colossal contributions, the ophthalmologist introduces Professor Robert N. Weinreb into the Hall of Fame. Professor Weinreb has recorded a short message for us all.
Hello, I am Robert Weinreb from La Jolla, California. I'm honored to have been selected as an inaugural Hall of Fame inductee. Every day throughout my career, I have sought to learn something new. I've worked with so many exceptional colleagues who've taught me so much. And as a clinician, scientist, and surgeon, I have been inspired by meaningful innovation and discovery that is translated from the laboratory into the clinic. It's gratifying to know that both I and the individuals that I mentor change the lives of countless patients now and into the future.
The next name to be inducted into the Hall of Fame is Professor Graham D. Barrett. A pioneer and leader both within his home country of Australia and internationally, Professor Barrett has been heavily involved in the development of numerous pioneering instruments and innovations, including the popular Barrett toric formula and calculator, and the first and only available IOL optimized for use with monovision, as well as being an influential figure in the cultivation of new and the nurturing of established ophthalmology communities. Of particular note is the Australasian Society of Cataract and Refractive Surgeons, which he co-founded alongside Dr. Rick Wolf. Serving as its president for over 25 years, he was an instrumental part of the development of the society into a thriving community of eye care professionals, striving to deliver better cataract surgery and improve patient outcomes, one of the driving forces behind Professor Barrett's illustrious career. Previously receiving recognition for his significant service to ophthalmology and to professional organisations through the honorary title of Member of the Order of Australia in the 2022 Queen's Birthday Honours, we now honour Professor Graham D. Barrett's incredible career and service further as we introduce him to the Hall of Fame. Professor Barrett had this to say on his induction.
Hello. My name is Graham Barrett. It's been a privilege to have been included on the power list published in Ophthalmologist several times in past years. I was honestly taken aback to hear that I have now been considered worthy of being listed in the inaugural Power List Hall of Fame. When I look at the names of the other 10 inaugural inductees, it is indeed humbling, and the recognition is much appreciated. I would like to congratulate the other inductees and thank the publication for selecting me for this honor.
The work of the National Eye Institute has provided essential knowledge to researchers and clinicians for many years. Key to so much of the work of the NEI is our next figure, Dr. Emily Y. Chu. Dr. Chu currently serves as Deputy Director of the Division of Epidemiology and Clinical Applications and has led multiple Phase 1, 2, and 3 trials over the course of her career. Of particular note is her interest and expertise in retinal disease, including degenerative conditions. Her contributions in this area around complement inhibition have been essential building blocks in the science that brings new treatments ever closer. As an example of her influence, Dr. Chu has appeared on the Power List more times than any other ophthalmologist and is well known for her commitment to mentoring and developing the next generation of retinal specialists. So, we at the Ophthalmologist are delighted to recognise her many accomplishments in the field and enter Dr. Emily Y. Chu into the Hall of Fame. Dr. Chu wanted to share this message following her induction to this year's Hall of Fame.
Hello, my name is Emily Chu. I'm from the National Eye Institute, part of National Institutes of Health. Thank you for this great honor of being inducted into the Ophthalmologists Hall of Fame. I'm very grateful to all my mentors, especially our collaborators and our patients who contribute so much to our research. It would not have been possible without all of them. So this really is shared by all of them. Thanks so much for the organization for this very distinct honor.
One of the many marks of influential work is the degree to which a new discovery becomes widely taken up by the medical community. That is certainly the next case with the work of our next figure, David Ted Garway-Heath. The Garway-Heath map has become an essential addition to the glaucoma specialists' armamentarium, allowing for better monitoring of patients and even those at risk of developing glaucoma. Aside from this, Professor Garway-Heath has been one of the global leaders in advancing knowledge of glaucoma, how it impacts wider ocular systems, and the possibilities of medication and surgery to lower IOP. He was behind the Moorfield's motion displacement test and the Moorfield's regression analysis, both tools that aid in the monitoring and diagnosis of glaucoma. He was also the lead investigator for the influential UK glaucoma treatment study and has been a teacher, mentor and leader across clinical research and medical practice. Thanks to his work, the field of glaucoma research and treatment has advanced considerably, and so we enter Professor David Garway-Heath into the Ophthalmologist Hall of Fame. Professor Garway-Heath had this short message to share with us.
I'm honoured to be inducted into the Ophthalmologists Hall of Fame amongst colleagues who have made such significant contributions to patient care. I truly appreciate this recognition of the contributions I've made. The main motivation in my career has been to find new ways to improve the quality of life of patients. My goal has been to answer questions and uncertainties which matter to patients. Achievement requires teamwork. Throughout, I've been supported by my mentors, colleagues and students at Moorfields and the UCL Institute of Ophthalmology. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Glaucoma UK, the UK patient organisation which supports my chair at University College London.
As the burden of retinal disease increases with an ageing population and an ever-increasing burden of diabetic eye disease, our next Hall of Fame ophthalmologist has made a colossal impact. Anat Lowenstein is Chair of the Division of Ophthalmology at Tel Aviv Medical Center and Vice Dean of the Faculty of Medicine at Tel Aviv University. She has been an instrumental figure in the development of Israeli ophthalmology, as well as being a global leader in retinal vascular disease. Professor Lowenstein is a renowned expert on AMD, a disease with such a huge cost on patients. From her leading work in clinical trials to her guidelines for treatment of retinal disease, Professor Lowenstein has done much to improve outcomes and help so many people maintain and preserve their vision for as long as possible. She has worked to not just treat individuals, but to change systems, and her work has undoubtedly contributed essential knowledge that brings not just treatment options, but a cure for AMD closer. As a regular on the Power List and as a contributor to The Ophthalmologist, Professor Lowenstein has been a true world leader in the field, and it is our pleasure to recognise her work by entering her into the Hall of Fame. Professor Lowenstein had this short message to share with us.
My name is Anat Lowenstein, and I'm the chair of the Department of Ophthalmology at the Tel Aviv Medical Center in Tel Aviv, Israel. It is with great excitement and enthusiasm that I accept the nomination for the Ophthalmologist Hall of Fame. We live in a very exciting era where there are so many developments in the care of retinal disease patients in particular and in ophthalmology in general. I am very fortunate to be part of this time when so many changes occur and will help us care better for our patients. Thank you very much for the trust, and I'm thrilled to accept the nominations for the Ophthalmologists Hall of Fame.
The last name to enter into the Hall of Fame as part of today's announcement is Shigeru Kinoshita, a legend in the corneal space, renowned for his consistency in leading the advancement of corneal knowledge. Dr. Kinoshita's impact in the field started early in his career when he, alongside Richard Thoft, established the concept of the centripetal movement of the corneal epithelium, which later played a large part in the development of corneal stem cell theory. Since then, Dr. Kinoshita has continued to contribute to the ophthalmic literature, publishing over 670 articles with a H-index of 98, and ophthalmic innovation, holding more than 39 patents worldwide. Dr. Kinoshita's reputation in the global ophthalmology community has come not only through the many notable breakthroughs from his clinical research lab, but also through his instrumental role in the formation of the eye research program at Kyoto Prefectural University of Medicine, where he has also held the titles of professor and chairman since 1992, and the several roles that he has held in prestigious domestic and international ophthalmic societies over the course of his career, including serving as the vice president of ARVO and the president of both the Asia Cornea Society and the Japanese Society of Tissue Transplantation. Like all others named before him, it is an incredible task to recognize the true impact of his life and work. We are incredibly pleased to induct Dr. Shigeru Kinoshita into the Ophthalmologist Power List Hall of Fame. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining us for this special Hall of Fame event. Please visit the PowerList website to find out more about the 10 prestigious ophthalmologists who have made up this year's Hall of Fame, and make sure to follow The Ophthalmologist on social media, Twitter, Instagram and LinkedIn to keep up with all the news regarding the Hall of Fame and the PowerList. Until next time, thank you from our entire team at The Ophthalmologist, and congratulations to everyone in the Hall of Fame.